Shawn wins this.
He's alive! Alive!
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
It's all in the name of science.
The soul of Detroit.
If you want to be a party animal, you have to learn to live in the jungle.
Not us. Not here. No way.
You asked interrogative questions out of my face. It's gone.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on.
That is not paid for by them. That is paid for by the people of Detroit.
You might be qualified, ML.
I'm not qualified for this job.
Let me tell you something. You want to go right now? Okay? You want to go right now?
All right, we are here. It is the soul of Detroit. Marc with you, and Shawn, you are back from the dead, as Elrick's intro that he sent over implies.
He's funny like that, isn't he? He's not here, by the way.
Is he funny?
It feels a little bit different here. First, I thought it was just Mike's absence, and I suppose that's part of it. But I feel like there's new stuff. Every time I come over here, things are changing. The studio looks a little bit different. You only have one desk now, which is completely throwing me off. Maybe you like all that. I don't like it.
What do you mean? I only have one desk.
I don't like change. I'm eternally like a 2-year-old that sees his mom come home after dyeing her hair, and I start sobbing because I don't really recognize her anymore. We're like, wait, you went from a brunette to blonde? No.
Really? You don't like change at your? I mean, you haven't accepted change.
I don't mind change in the industry I'm in. I try to adapt and adjust and try to get better a little bit, as it were. Some would probably snicker at that. Maybe do a lot more than snicker. But in terms of this kind of thing, no, I don't.
Like I tell my kids,
I don't want to change.
Things change because they need to. Most of the time.
Do they?
Yeah, I think most of the time things change because it's time for them to change.
But yet, and
I think it's a pretty good outlook.
I mean, yeah, and you've got a nice board that's the third of the size and probably a lot more efficient. And I get all that. I get all that kind of change. Yet you have a landline over there still. Why do you have a landline?
Because sometimes we want to make phone calls.
Do you?
Right? Yeah. Although it hasn't been working in a few. I don't even know if it works.
It doesn't work. There's probably not even a number to it.
It works.
Okay. No,
you want to call somebody?
No, that's a drop.
No, that was actually the phone. Do you want to call Elrick? Because he is in Lake Como. He's in Italy right now,
hanging out with George, Mr. Clooney,
right,
as you call him.
George, yeah, right. George Clooney.
He's on a wooden boat.
The Politico who controls things from abroad.
No, and by wooden boat, I don't mean a little rowboat, I mean a wooden speedboat out of Casino Royale.
There you go. Yeah. It's really funny because when he said he was going to Italy, there was a little text conversation, and you guys pounded me for saying I'll say I think Italy's overrated.
I didn't pound you for that.
You didn't?
I don't think I joined in on that. Okay. In that
Erica was horrified.
That tomfoolery. Yeah, she was. She's romanticizing it.
Well, she hasn't been. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever been?
Yeah, but not since I was a kid. So.
I think things have changed a little bit there. I don't know if you'd be accepting of what's going on.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've been there in a long time.
But I think in the text you said just put some carbonara in front of my face and I would change my mind. Which once again, I think Italian food's overrated too. But I'm not a big.
Now that I disagree with.
I'm not a big pasta guy.
Stanley Tucci would not be happy.
Oh God, Stanley Tucci. You ever watch that show?
I have.
Is that not the most ridiculous show?
I mean, it's quite the life, that's for sure.
So but Stanley Tucci basically travels all over Italy, which he only is doing this because his qualifications are he's famous.
And he speaks Italian.
And he likes to eat.
And he is Italian American.
I know, but couldn't anyone do that show? But I don't know. He eats weird stuff and gets off on it. It's not.
Weird stuff? What, people making pasta from scratch?
I think the food is not very practical. I'll put it that way. Some of the stuff he eats.
You don't think it's very practical?
No, not at all.
I mean, a lot of it is just how people cook in their homes over there. So you don't want to put any effort.
So.
Fine, okay. You don't want to put any effort into cooking. That's all. No, I'm not judging.
I love cooking. I don't prefer. I don't like it. It's okay. I think Italian.
I'm not judging. I mean,
fine.
Tuesday night I go almost every Tuesday, not every Tuesday, but a lot of Tuesdays I go get a slice at the Pizza Depot. And I don't know if it was there when you were a student.
Wait, you consider pizza to be Italian cuisine?
No, but they have the deal on Tuesday night slices. So
are you getting it for free now? Is that what you're plugging?
No, it's not for free. I'm just saying. Did you ever go there? It's a New York style pizza, and I'm just saying it's not fancy.
I would prefer to go to a place like the Cajun Cafe.
Did you used to go to Uno's?
No, our sponsor, the Cajun Cafe.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Thanks to our sponsors, Caju, Luke Nowacki, and of course DCFC. More information on all those guys in a little bit. Please rate, review, and subscribe to the show. It does help. That's my only plea today is that. But I wanted to dive into the big story. I think that's going around here.
Wait, there's a big story?
Yeah, you wrote about it.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is...
I trust you.
That is what is going on at the University of Michigan. Ward Manual.
Very little, they would have you believe.
No, and so I thought you had a pretty good article, right? Because now the focus isn't...
That's saying a lot coming from you.
No, I like your writing.
Elrick would not be happy if you were sitting here.
But for those that don't know, after Shawn Moore got in trouble for nailing his assistant...
That's a former head coach of Michigan for non-sports fans.
Yeah. Then they said, hey, we're going to have a very transparent and complete review with Jenner & Block, this law firm that has done reviews for us before. They ended up paying him $12 million. I believe the report was done 3 months ago. Right?
But look, can I just say, or you should say, that they wanted to look at the culture in the athletic department.
Sure.
Not just the football program, but the culture in the athletic department and see what was kind of amiss because they've had some let's just say personnel issues over the years.
I've said it this way. I said I think it's death by 1,000 stupid little incidents, right? Matt Weiss, outstanding. Matt Weiss is a huge incident. I don't even like joking about it because what he did is pretty fucked up and pretty sick. Matt Weiss is the former quarterback coach who was breaking into students' like iCloud accounts and personal email accounts to get nude photos of them, right? And the university flat out didn't even tell the women. Now, I do disagree. People are mad that he coached in the game against TCU. There's a little timeline discrepancy there because it was reported on the 28th to the IT department. The IT department looked into it. They then reported it, I think, January 5th, which would have been after the game, to the University Police Department, and he was fired on the 9th. So, amazingly, they got rid of him pretty quick. The problem then lies in where they didn't tell any of the victims that they were victims for the longest time. So that's another lawsuit that's on the horizon that's going to be pretty big for the university. Now, my problem with the university is they are saying they want to be transparent. They want to have this big report. They're going to release it, which it's been done for a while. They're no strangers to big reports. We just went through it with Dr. Anderson. Do you remember Dr. Anderson?
I do remember Dr. Anderson. I wrote about
exactly
that relationship. But sooner than that, the NCAA just had a decent-sized report, right? So they're not strangers to that report either.
The NCAA report. We can get into that later if you want. But I like it when you have someone look into what's going on that you're paying because it's there's a lot of reading between the lines. But do you remember what they did with the Anderson report? They gave it to the Michigan Daily. They put it out there. I think the reason they did that is because this guy's been gone for a while. He was dead.
And the people that made all those decisions were long gone.
Exactly.
That's the more important part.
Exactly. But that story just kind of was like, all right, here's the report. Do with it what you want, and it's kind of over. This one, they are just dragging it on, and now it's not even what's in the report that people are pissed about. It's what they're doing with the report that is really pissing people off.
They're hurting themselves.
So what did you write about?
That the president, Mr. Grasso, temporary interim,
doesn't really want to be president. They hired a president, and unfortunately has a really bad brain cancer. Right, I think it's brain cancer.
Right.
So he's like,
so he's kind of filling in, coming from Dearborn. He's been there for a little over a year, I guess. May of 2025, I want to say. Anyway, and he's got to do this because it's part of the job, but he's got this, I don't want to call it a mission statement, but he's got this sort of written thing as part of their website that has to do with the strategic fund initiative, or it's a strategic initiative, and it sort of lays out a vision of what the university is, what it can be, who they think they are, and they basically say they didn't use the word preeminent, I think that was my word, but as the public, they said the best public school, public university in the world. Here's how we're going to maintain that. Here's what that means. Here's what we're going to do. And part of what he wrote, part of what Mr. Grasso wrote, President Grasso wrote, in that was, we're going to achieve a lot of this with radical transparency. That's a phrase he used. And integrity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So on the one hand, they're saying that as part of a mission statement and to donors because they want their money, and then turn around and spend all this money for this report and then don't release it. So that's what frustrates people, I think, and they hurt themselves unnecessarily. No matter what's in that report, they will survive it.
Well,
the university's not going to shut. The university's not going to close.
No, it's too big.
It's not going to shut down.
No, I don't know. I mean, look,
you know what I mean?
guess what they're worried about are more lawsuits, but they're even handling those wrong. Chris Partridge, who I'm firmly in Chris Partridge's side, the former linebacker coach, who was kind of
tired of being the fall guy.
Yeah, he was railroaded by the university, the Big Ten especially, and Tony Petitti. I think they really boned him over, vindicated by the NCAA report on Connor Stallions, which is pretty incredible. So he's suing the university. So you know what you do? You settle with him, and you be done with it. Paige Shiver, you know what you do? You settle with her and be done with it, because you're dragging this out. You're doing more damage to the reputation of the university.
And by dragging it out, what happens? Well, all of a sudden, Chris Partridge and his lawyers start hearing more things about what may have happened during the Stallions scandal.
Yeah, but
they add to the lawsuit.
I know, but
maybe that's a leverage play, but
it's a total leverage play.
But
when you look at,
but that doesn't mean there's not some truth to that. That's the problem for U of M.
I agree, and the question is, if you want to connect dots, is like, okay, so what did they uncover with this report that they won't release? So you got to believe there's other stuff in there.
And what was in that lawsuit, the addendum to the lawsuit from Partridge and his lawyer, right? What were the most damning parts of that? That it went all the way to the top. That Santa Ono, then the president of the university, was part of a larger conspiracy to cover this up. I'm not saying that it's true or not. That's in the lawsuit. But to your point, none of that would have been out there at all.
Just from things I've heard about Santa Ana, and I'm not saying I know definitively, but he's kind of a wiener, and I don't know if he'd have the wherewithal to try and cover something up.
But he might. It's exactly. Well, it's
all possible.
It's like a dunderhead in a film noir or whatever, or it's like Gene Hackman in Get Shorty. I'm sorry, I don't mean to date myself.
Yeah,
but it's just when you're in over your head a little bit. And he clearly loved the football program. Remember, he'd go over to the stadium. He loved staying on the field.
Well, that's people would recognize him there.
And get the cheers.
I think that guy had a pretty big ego.
He ate all that up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not every president does that there. So, not that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, no, that could be a problem. That it went all the way up. And there were other people involved who are still at the school. I mean, that's what if there's no transparency, then people are going to try to fill that information vacuum with their own speculation and rumor.
It's just like government, right? When you're not transparent, we've seen this with our governor here, right? We're the least transparent state.
Oh yeah, we fight FOIAs all the time
by a mile.
Both of our major main universities, and Michigan fans would take umbrage at saying Michigan State's in the same class, but both those schools fight FOIAs, Freedom of Information Act requests.
I'll give you a better known example
all the time.
They never released the full Epstein files, even though there's a law on it, right? So what do people do? They fill in those blanks with, wow, this must be really bad if you're not going to delete it. And I think the same thing's, if you're not going to release it, I think the same thing is happening here. You're not going to release it, so what else is bad in there? Have you heard anything? Have you seen any inklings? Like, do you have an opinion as to what might be in there?
Well, it's a little.
They would want to cover?
In my role, it's a little bit tricky to completely speculate.
I'm asking as an opinion writer, not a reporter of any sort.
I mean, yeah, there's clearly something in there that the school doesn't want out. And what is that? My guess is it's related. I mean, it could be partly related to what happened with Sharon Moore, that other people knew. Well, look, that actually came out back in December. Clearly, people knew about it.
Well, let's take it.
They just couldn't get evidence, right?
And exactly, let's take it one by one, because Drew and I have argued about this. I said, look, knowing and proving are two different things. Unfortunately, I mean, everybody can know, but you got to prove it. I mean, could you imagine if Ward Manuel fired him?
No, the speculation
without
is
a report,
if you
he fires a black head, even though he's black.
I don't know if this is true. I want this caveat out there, but the speculation is Ward Manuel went to Sharon Moore and asked him, and he denied it. And at that point, right? I mean, I guess you could.
Well, October,
you could
right?
say, okay, we're going to
pull
pull your phone. We're going to do all that sort of stuff and try. But I'm not sure what kind of power or authority they have. I guess if it's university property, maybe they could do that. But I'm not sure the legal what's legal and all that. But so that could be part of the report.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing to me is that just a broader scope with the Connor Stallion stuff, that more people knew, that they accidentally sort of found some of that stuff. And I've heard that. I've heard speculation about that. Then there are a lot of people going off the record talking, sort of implying some of that kind of stuff too. So, look, I don't know, but people are going to fill that in.
Knew what?
There's a difference. Here's the thing, though. For people like you who went to Michigan and your natural inclination, and I get it. It's just like you're going to defend your family, whatever.
Not necessarily.
That's your first.
I like Connor Stanley because of the amount of content he provides.
I know that's your first instinct, but
I will say this: I do think people like they steal science. Once again, it's legal to do it. It's not legal to have advanced. It's legal to scout. It's not legal to have advancct scouting. That's what they were busted for.
Yeah,
there's a fine line there. I know
nobody cares about
nuance.
It gave them. I mean, in the NCAA's eyes, it was giving schools with more resources an unfair advantage, which is why they said you can't do this. In any case,
that's why the rule exists.
Exactly. So, in any case,
which they really care about schools.
To me, the worst thing would be, and it's because, look, lots of people around the country, especially outside of Michigan, feel like that national championship is tainted, et cetera, that the school in Michigan's a bunch of cheats.
Okay.
So
whatever.
So
I have no problem playing.
No. But there's a difference between thinking that and suspecting that based on and then evidence coming out after the fact saying no, this was absolutely true and this went way up higher. That can be damaging to a brand and fundraising and so forth. So that I think that's potentially a worry. Now, I again, that's just speculation on my part, and now I feel like I'm filling the information vacuum, and I don't want to do that necessarily. But
that's okay. I asked you the question. So is the thinking that they get Matt Weiss's electronics and computers and then find all this information that
there could be a cover up with that too.
I can tell you,
right?
if that no, and like I said earlier, I think they did the right thing and followed the rules. Or what is the right thing to do with Matt Weiss, right? It was reported to the feds. They got rid of him. They failed by notifying the victims. I mean, that's pretty big failure. But if they uncovered information on his computer about Connor Stanley and they were more concerned about that than the actual sex crimes, that to me would be the biggest problem. Like, oh, we got to cover this up. Let's fire him so we can cover this up. I don't know. I find that a little hard to believe.
Yeah, that one's because they got like to your point, that happened fairly quickly. They got him out of there fairly quickly. They have to be really, really careful with some. I mean, they have to be careful with all this stuff, right? I mean, we can say as a society, okay, what Weiss did is a different level of. I mean, that's criminal, right? It's a different level. Absolutely. Than what Sharon Moore was involved with, than what Connor Stallions and whoever else knew about that was involved with. Those are different things. Some are against institutional rules, some are against societal rules and criminal.
Sure.
And you can rank them depending on your perspective, I guess, to a degree. But yeah, the people are going to fill that in. They're going to fill that in with their own ideas about what's right and wrong, and they're going to speculate, and that's what's too bad in all this. And then you take the fact that it's a university.
But they're doing it.
It's a university, and I get that universities are really politicized right now in the environment we're in, and we can debate about what students are learning and what they're not. Whatever. Set that aside for a second. The fact is, universities are there first and foremost to share information and hopefully educate. And so if you're not going to share, if you're going to be there and say our reason for existing is to share information, and then act like what they did yesterday. Excuse me, should I say Monday, July 20th?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Can I say Monday, July 20th, if you want a date for posterity? to have this report, not release the report, not talk about the report other than a video, so no press conference, chance.
Another great point you made in your column.
No chance for questioning, no chance for the board, right? They could have released this last week, but then they knew that would mean the board is open, right? The board meeting, the Regents meeting is open, so they knew that would mean that have to answer questions.
They meet every month. They're going to have to answer these questions. So who ultimately makes the decision to not release it? Is it Dominic Grasso? Is it the Regents?
I think it's both, based on no question the public relations people that are working for everybody, right?
They've been a complete failure. They've been a total failure on it. The public relations behind this. It's been just a disaster.
When you do that, you drag it out. That's always the idea, right?
Do you think well, yeah, and you don't want to drag something like this out. Honestly, you know what? If it was done 3 months ago, you know when they should have dropped it? After the June meeting, before July 4th, before July 1st is when the new school year starts,
No question.
you do it then.
No question.
You do it then, and you're just like, okay, we're on to the next year, even though that would be a lie. It's like, forget about all this stuff.
Meanwhile, and maybe our listenership isn't quite as interested in this, but we can say this. Meanwhile,
anything to attack the university.
I know the other part of this that's curious, especially for sports fans, is that Ward Manuel is leaving, but not until December, basically until after football season.
Ward's biggest failure was that he let the football program kind of run itself. In other words, and I think this has happened for a long time. Did Bo Schembechler really have a boss? Did Woody Hayes?
No, and that's kind of how it is. But
did Nick Saban really have a boss?
But just real quickly, you can say what you want about Ward Manuel and should have been here around this long. And I mean, obviously, a lot of success under his watch, a lot of scandals, controversy both under his watch. He's not responsible. I mean, he's responsible for all of it. It's not necessarily all his fault. He's not making these decisions in real time. But then how is he reacting to them? Yeah. And how long does it take him to find out about what's going on and so forth? So those are all legitimate, and you can make a great case. He's been, that he was here too long.
Let me ask you. Go ahead. Finish
real quickly, though. Think about it this way, because it gets back to the transparency. So why is he staying until December? Again, you're leaving a vacuum of information, so people are going to speculate that he knows. You hear the phrase, Ward knows where the bodies are buried, right?
Yeah.
Ward must have his own leverage, and he's writing his own deal, and he wants to go out on his own terms to a degree, with his own sweet buyout package or whatever. But
a buyout package you could leave now, though.
I know, but by the way, the president, again, interim, and maybe his hands are tied a little bit, but he's talking about all the deepest respect he has for Ward Manuel and basically seeing all the good he's done. At the same time, he spoke on the video when he was talking about the report in the recorded video Monday, that that there were inconsistencies, that there were deficiencies in the department, that there were structural issues, that people were basically afraid to speak up out of fear of retaliation, and that there were things that needed to be addressed immediately. So this all happened under Ward Manuel's watch.
Yeah.
So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth, and why is he doing that?
Once again, release the report and let us decide.
And then answer questions about, okay, here's why we're keeping it. And here's really why we're keeping it.
You made the point in your article, too, that he should have known. His job is to know. So that
eventually, yeah.
So I don't know Ward, never met Ward. I know people that have worked for him. I know people that know him. They do not like him. They see him as very egotistical and controlling. But I'm wondering, is he aloof? Is he kind of out of it? Or in other words,
he's cautious. I actually
cautious.
Like.
Okay,
I like Ward. He's got some charm about him, and he's smart, and he's interesting. But yeah, what's happened is undeniable, right?
Well, he just seemed to be incredibly hands off and then slow to react, based on what we know. Because once again, no report.
No question. So
because I just feel like he let the football program. Look, he has no defense with Mel Pearson and what happened there. The guy didn't have a contract. They had a pretty good report about what was going on.
Should he have kept Juwan Howard after he slapped the coach? That's those are tougher.
That's a tough one. Mel Pearson. That to me, that's a pretty easy decision. You should have gotten rid of him when you got the report back about the culture of the hockey club.
Should he have kept Harbaugh after the Stallions thing?
Yeah.
That's another tough one. A lot of right.
Once again, Harbaugh's bigger problem to me was what happened with the COVID. That's pretty definitive. When you have recruits coming in when you're not supposed to, as opposed to advanced scouting and who know what when, not just stealing signs, but
they were breaking. No question, they were breaking recruiting rules. But
do you think we ever see a report?
No. I shouldn't say ever.
You don't think it's going to get so loud they're going to have to?
I shouldn't say ever. I don't know. It's summertime.
After they settle every lawsuit?
It's we just had toxic smoke everywhere. It's not raining enough. It's starting to brown out. We're getting into the dog days. People are ready for football to start.
Well, and then there's a real question: does this affect what we all really care about, which is wins and losses? Well, Michigan State fans, they want the losses. We want the wins. Does it affect how the football team will perform or the basketball team will perform? And frankly, having Ward to the end of the year, I think kind of helps.
Yeah,
he can take the bullets.
Yeah, exactly. He's the fall guy, and also who knows? And that's another thing. People are just going to make up. Yeah, they're gonna put their own I don't want to say prejudices, but their own sort of
you look at
life
experiences
into those exactly. No,
yeah,
and
people make money off of attacking them. People make money off of defending them.
Yeah, no, there's that. There's that. There's going to be bad faith actors everywhere for that. That's just where we're at right now.
To me, that's kind of what makes the sport fun.
Say, you like that. You like that.
Oh, I'm all for chaos. Chaos
is
probably good for business.
Which is probably why you love the World Cup final and the World Cup, right? And all.
Yes. That. Oh man.
Right. All of that stuff.
A lot of controversy there. But before we talk about the World Cup, let's talk about Luke Nowacki. Right. Good friend Luke Nowacki. Luke. He's a finance guy, and he wants you to know. Oh, I don't want the camera on you. No one wants to see you while I'm reading. No one wants to see me while.
Put it on the logo on your chest.
This one.
Your nipples are coming through the S and the L.
Stop body shaming me.
I have
a piece of meat.
I have the yeah. I'm not going to say what we call them in my family.
What, bitch tits?
No. What my brother calls them. I can't believe he would be horrified.
Well, don't leave me hanging.
Oh my God, the Windsor titties.
That sounds cute.
Because my dad had them, you know what I mean? So
sounds adorable.
my dad had them, and so long before the bro was
the man's ear.
Yeah, yeah. Bro. So hey, it's some things your parents pass down are good, and some things are
don't I know it?
Yeah, exactly. It's hey, lucky to be here, lucky to be alive. So that's how you think about it.
Exactly. And to be alive, you kind of want some money, right? To go to your death, you don't want to outlive your money. You want to spend it all, right?
Or you leave a little bit for your kids.
But you got to make your money work for you. Luke Nowacki wants you to know, and he wants to know all about your investments and your retirement goals to see what Pinnacle Wealth Strategies can help you to achieve those goals. Some people say there's a continual, tell me more about that conversational style that leaves them more satisfied than what you might get at a certain famous singer's ranch in the 90s. Want to take care of someone else's kid for 17 years to get kicked to the curb when they graduate? Well, why not set up a college savings plan for that? They might even be useful for your own kids, the ones that don't disown you. Call or text Luke Nowacki, 248-663-4748. Once again, 248-663-4748 for sound financial advice.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. member FINRA-SIPC.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc.
All right, let's talk a little bit of soccer. We'll talk about DCFC first. Did you know that they're on fire right now? They've, I believe they won three.
Scorching.
Three in a row, I think.
Scorching.
Yeah. Let's see. What do they have coming up? This week, they take on the Las Vegas Lights. Terrible nickname, Las Vegas. Terrible nickname.
You don't
Las
like
Vegas
it?
Light? No.
Too obvious for you?
Yeah, it's kind of lame. This game will be on TV, right? Saturday, July 25th, 7 p.m. National broadcast. First meeting of the season. And then, let's see. They continue this. Let's see what else is going on. So much. Look at all this information that's going on with DCFC. Check them out online. Visit debtcityfc.com. And if you go to debtcityfc.com/tickets and use promo code SOUL, you can get $15 off your tickets. So that's SOUL for the promo code. I also did see that they had their they finally had the groundbreaking for the new stadium, which looks gorgeous and beautiful.
Doesn't it? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Do yourself a favor before the new stadium open and go get out to Keyworth. Go see a game there. Visit debtcityfc.com/tickets. Once again, promo code SOUL, and support La Rouge and DCFC. Who, by the way, had some pretty wild soccer World Cup viewing parties, which I'm sure you were at. Do you like the World Cup?
I do. I love the World Cup.
You do? Okay.
I do.
I don't know why that surprises me.
Oh, no, I think it's great. It's just anything that captivates the entire or most of the planet in a way that's relatively hopeful, and intense in a good way. I'm all for. Yeah, I mean, I think it's more intense than the Olympics.
Oh,
don't you?
I think the only thing that comes close is the intensity of college football and the NFL. Right?
I mean, in our culture, yeah. It's funny because one of my sons was asking me that recently. Like, what does America have anything that captures the way the Dutch were marching in Kansas City in their orange, and the Norwegians were rowing up the escalators, and the Scots were drinking all the beer in Boston, and right? Do the Americans? Do we have any? And I said, well, the closest thing we've got is college football.
College football, yeah. It's
but
very
even
tribal.
But even that is not quite to the level. And my son was like, yeah, but do you hear, in football in England, for example, the Protestants are on one side of the stadium and the Catholics on the other side, and the animosity and the hundreds and hundreds of years sometimes, right? So,
well, what I think
I guess we don't have quite that.
I think what's unique is when, all these games are on neutral sites, right? Because like for Spain and Argentina, they're playing in New York, and yet the stadium seems half and half, right? You don't see that at, say, the Peach Bowl. It's not really split half.
No, but the World Cup offers both, right, too, because you usually for when England played Mexico in Mexico City,
best game of the tournament.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
And the you could hear the.
That's not a neutral site.
No, it's not. That's my point. So the World Cup, you get some neutral sites, and then you get some what we saw in Mexico City. The energy coming out of the television during that game that was unreal.
I think college football comes close to that.
The din of that was just. Oh boy!
You don't think college football comes close to that?
It's not. Constant.
LSU on a Saturday night,
to a degree, but the nature of the game doesn't quite allow that constant that what we call soccer does, right? Because for 45 minutes there's movement. I mean, with very little stoppage. I can't believe I'm using the word stoppage, but very few breaks, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be the biggest. Plus, it's just the whole thing's a tidier package. It's all done in 2 hours, and
it's funny because being a soccer fan and being around people that are just casual sports fans, so they'll watch it. Biggest complaint is, why does this clock keep running? Why is this clock keep running? I'm like, well, it's not. Rugby does it too. There's other sports that do it. I go, but for me, the thing I like about it is I know that game starts at 3:00. It is most likely going to be done by 5:30, maybe 6 if there's extra time. Like it's just, and it moves. There's no breaks because the eternal battle is between soccer and baseball. Which one's more boring? People are very passionate about that argument because a lot of stuff in both sports, you can have long stretches where nothing happens until something gets, and then the ninth inning of a baseball game can be as intense as the end of a soccer game. But my point to that is, watching a baseball game, I don't have to see interviews with a lady who's 102 and having her birthday or Magana goggles and stuff, because there's always something going on the pitch.
No, for sure. No, my favorite part about
I love them both, by the way.
I thought the World Cup was great, and it was really great that we got to host it, and it reminded you too that again, Americans it's that's different from America, right? And World Cup fans from all over the world came here and largely fell in love with Americans.
It's a great country.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even as so, it's funny. The World Cup showed both sides, right? Mm-hmm. Hanging out in a Walmart, going to Chick-fil-A, going to these big convenience stores that we have that house many grocery stores in them. I shouldn't even use the word mini. Just all these fun things. Our food, our barbecue. I mean, those are just sort of the cliched parts, but just the friendliness, the fact that one-on-one, we'll take in anybody from anywhere and we'll be your best friend immediately, and that's to me one of the very, very best things about this country. It's awesome.
The people of any country are always better than the government.
No, for sure. So the World Cup. So we're that, and at the same time, then our president is calling FIFA saying, "Hey, can we get this suspension overturned? Can we get this red card pulled?" Thinking he's being a hero somehow, not realizing that what he's actually doing is making the guy who nobody ever heard of a household name, who then feels more pressure than he has in his entire life, that filters out to the team. The coach then talks about that. Did you ever hear the coach go?
Yeah.
Who admitted, well, of course that put more pressure on us, and of course that was our worst game and our worst effort.
Well, the other side was it really pissed Belgium
exactly.
off.
It did both. It did both things. It made the U.S. as a whole play as tight as they've ever played, this particular group, and Belgium as pissed off as they've ever been. So it's just and
to top it off, the irony of all ironies is that he's an anchor baby. He's trying to get rid of anchor baby.
Exactly. No, just look. I've written about this in as my career as a columnist many times. There's no removing politics from sports. With their intertwined politics, sports are life.
Pop culture anymore. Politics is pop culture,
and that's fine. That's fine. What we don't want. Players are going to take stands. Sometimes politicians are going to try to use athletes or sports to make their political points. That's all fine. you agree, disagree with that. But when politicians get directly involved like that, just like last week,
nobody wants
a group of congressmen wrote a letter to the WNBA saying,
what?
They did, yeah.
About what?
That they needed to reassess how they are refereeing Caitlin Clark. No, I know. Which is going to have the opposite. And you think that there are people that are out to get her in that league now?
I don't know.
You think that's going to help?
I don't know what party wants government to be more involved in most things, but particularly athletics.
No, I know. So I
don't want them being involved in the NCAA.
So on the one hand, look, however you feel about Trump, what he did, fine, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's trying to help the Americans clearly, and good for him. But it obviously had the opposite effect because he didn't really think that through. And then the rest of the world's like, oh yeah, so that plays into how a lot of the world thinks about Americans. Meanwhile,
by the way,
people on the ground hanging out with us in our big ass stores, riding around in our big old cars,
going to our Bass Pro Shops,
exactly,
and our Buc-ee's.
They're like, oh my God, this is the best place ever. So right.
You know what? There's a lot of space in this country. That's
I know, and there's a lot of I still think diversity is a good thing. You can find different parts of we're not all the same everywhere, which is a great thing. But and I think people fell in love with that.
I don't like
too.
soccer fans getting mad at the United States because of the halftime show. That was not our call, right? True soccer fans are really pissed about that halftime show.
Yeah, no, it's the first one. I think it was
20. Was it 25 minutes?
Yeah, and it was the first one ever.
Yeah,
and it is confusing to link up like Tom Cruise and
dumb.
And the Muppets.
Well, that was the best part. And the Muppets and Justin Bieber doing a ballad
and Ted Lasso
a ballad during a halftime
and Madonna
show.
and some.
No, that whole thing
green
was
screen
embarrassing, and I hope it's not going to be the end of it. That's just an
at least with the Super Bowl show, it's just one or two performers. I mean, right?
Well, it's heavily sponsored, so there's money behind it.
Yeah, no,
and that's the real. It's the whole reason you're going to see hydration breaks.
Why couldn't we just have Tom Cruise, who's known all over the world, do what he said? Hey, and pronounce Spain, España. He had a nice little accent. Exactly, he had a nice little accent there. He had a nice little accent.
That was ludicrous.
Trying to pay respect to pronounce their country as they would.
And if you didn't see it before the game, he just stood on a little box in the middle of the field and gave a TED talk.
Yeah,
explaining why
wasn't that enough?
Well, that's funny because then they went to a break and then they ran a video of him basically saying the same thing.
Yeah, no,
I know. I hate when the extra. Believe me, I'm all for a circus. You know this, but I don't like it when it takes away from the game. At that point, it's just like I had watched a 2-hour pregame show. I'm like,
but at least the
I don't need to see Tom Cruise.
At least the Tom Cruise thing was quick, and since we're talking about what the rest of the world loves about Americans, Mission Impossible is super
phenomenal.
It's super fun.
I mean, he picks great movies,
and people eat it up all over the world. And it's same with Maverick. Even though that's sort of
but I don't want to see
a patriotic advertisement.
But the flip side is, if I'm watching Mission Impossible, I don't want to see a gratuitous World Cup scene for no reason. It's dumb. He doesn't need to be in the middle of the World Cup.
No, but he's out there
because it's all promotion.
It is, but he's out there talking about what the World Cup means. So I can at least live with that. It was like 3 minutes long. That's fine. But the halftime show was even by our standards. Wow,
by anyone's standard, it was awful.
No, I mean I know we're over the top and so forth, but all in all, take all the political stuff away. All in all, it was pretty awesome to have people from all over the world here.
Yeah,
sort of remembering like what Bill Murray said in Stripes for those of a certain age,
mm-hmm.
that we're mutts. We're mutts, and mutts are lovable, and it's nice to be. It's nice to be reminded that we can still be seen that way, because that's really the best of who we are, I think.
How profound.
Oh man, the geeks have inherited the earth.
Did I do that?
What a dork.
Does him wanting to play with us again mean that he's turning into a geek, or we're turning into cool guys?
No, I kind of feel like we just went through a whole litany of people who could have been Geeks of the Weeks, from the way the University of Michigan is handling the report to Tom Cruise. But I have a new one. I have a new Geek of the Week. Do you know who Jim Parsons is?
From the Alan Parsons Project?
No,
that would be Alan, not Jim. I'm just being ridiculous.
That would be hilarious if Alan Parsons wasn't in the Alan Parsons Project.
Yeah, I know that name. Tell me.
He is the star of The Big Bang Theory. Huge show. Very successful. Tons of Emmys.
Physicists who like to have sex, is that the idea?
I guess.
Or trying to have sex?
That's another Chuck Lorre show. I mean, it was a wild success. The guy made millions upon millions of dollars, and then I see this story.
He didn't want to tip anybody?
He's worth $160 million, and he revealed that he was miserable while filming the show. Which, okay, it's fine. Most people are miserable at their job if they don't like what they're doing, which apparently Jim Parsons didn't like what he was doing. He said, I look back now and realize there are many ways some of the best moments of my life, but I was miserable. I was not happy. I was stressed. And then he goes on to say, I don't know if I would do it again. And that is why he's my Geek of the Week, because he made $160 million doing a job that thousands of people want to do. A lot of people want to be an actor.
I love the pause there, the way your eyes roll back up in the head and the tongue comes out.
Isn't that ludicrous?
No, that's awesome. You could be in Legally Blonde with the way that facial expression there.
I want you to be as mad at Jim Parsons as I am. You made $160 million.
No, so you're saying he's not honoring the all that he has
deal?
Against all that so many people don't have. That's what you're basically saying. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear
total Geek of the Week.
I don't want to hear successful actors whine about their job.
$106 million. Yeah, no. Yeah.
I don't want to hear athletes whine about their job. They're blessed
as you would say,
traits.
go get a room with yourself and whine there in soundproof walls. Nobody wants to hear it. So are we going to be geeks now, or are we going to rebel against Mike?
No, we're gonna do what his wishes are.
So we're gonna be little sheep.
Yeah,
little sheeples.
And I'll tell you why. Because the Caju Cafe wants us to do it as well.
Okay, then never mind.
I know. So it's not really about Elrick. It's about the Caju.
No. And their mussels, which are awesome.
Steamed mussels, feather bowling, other best. See, that is a real cuisine, Belgian cuisine. Burgers, sandwiches, pommes frites, live music, tons of beers from Belgium and around the world. It's all at the Caju Cafe.
Don't worry that they kicked our ass in soccer. It's okay.
Belgium?
Yeah.
We deserve like you said, it was Trump's fault.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't saying that necessarily. He was trying to help. But
once again, it's on Caju Road, east side of Detroit. Go there. It's a blast. I think we're gonna have an appearance there on a Friday, maybe 2 months, I think is what Elrick told us. I don't know. I'll let you know when that happens. But go to Caju Cafe, CADIEUX cafe.com. You can see the calendar of all the shows coming up. Check out their menu. I think you can reserve feather bowling on the site as well. It's all there. Caju Cafe. Thank you guys very, very much. Now I'm just hungry.
Vegan! There's an all-night party in room 7609. And you can dance together all night if you've got the time.
Are you a Tom Jones fan?
It's not unusual.
Huh?
It's not unusual.
So you can name one song?
Yeah.
I guess that means you're not. I've seen him live, actually. I've seen Tom Jones live in Vegas.
No, I love
fantastic.
I love his energy and his voice.
It was so great. So continuing our theme for this month, which is live versions that are better than the original, Mike sent this email in saying that Tom Jones recently posted a video, as if Tom Jones is sitting at home going on YouTube and uploading it himself. But anyway, a video posted to Tom Jones' site from a 1992 talk show where, talk show featuring the musical guest EMF. You know the song Unbelievable?
Yes.
And he is doing it with him, Tom Jones is. And if I was a little more adept at getting the computer going, you could hear it. Here we go.
It's unbelievable. Your questions, you'd have me telling no lies. You're always asking what it's all about, but never listen to my replies. Now you tell me I don't talk enough, but when I do, I'm just a fool. But this time I realize I'm gonna shoot through and leave you the things you say. Your blue clothes just give you away the things you say. You're unbelievable. By telling me more than mine, gonna shoot through and leave you. The things you say, your purpose just keep you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable.
Pushing down the battlefield instead of bringing out the world. Everything you have to break yourself. A great space, I know this world and what it seems. You better me with your questions. You have me tell no lies. You're always asking what it's all about. Don't listen, it's hard to find. It's me and I'm talking now. But when I do, I'm a fool. These times I spend, I realize you shoot through. I leave you. The things
you say, your purpose just keep you away. The things you say,
in sport I learn more. The things you say, your purpose just keep you away.
the things you say,
you're unbelievable. You're so believable.
you're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable.
What a stud that man is. Tom Jones. Mike's right. He writes, I don't have a great story here. I just love the collaboration. Can't duplicate spontaneous fun like that in the studio. He said the only thing he doesn't like is that he's 4 years older than Tom Jones was in that video. So when you watch that video, if you're a Patreon supporter, you can watch it too. EMF is young. That song's just out. How old do you think Tom Jones was there? Because he was the old man moving around on the stage.
It was close to 60, 62.
52.
52.
He was only 52 in that video.
Wow.
So, Mike, thanks for the email. I think he's experiencing a similar thing I've been experiencing lately is finding out, like, things that happened when I was young, like how old those people are and that I'm older now. Like Elvis. How old was Elvis when he died?
30s. No, 40s.
Right? Like 40,
early 40s. No,
I think.
It's like somebody you don't like Neil Young, but singing about old man, I'm a lot like you now, right? You know what I mean? It's
I don't know. It just freaks me out going, oh my God, that person was younger than I am now when that happened.
Tom Jones is fun and the collaborations are fun. We were talking during the break or during the song too. Tom Jones collaborated with Crosby, Stills and Nash, sang on his show when he had his, would you call it a variety show, I guess, when he, in the late 60s and early 70s. Yeah, no, it was great. By the way, just a couple of quick notes. Quick notes.
Fire away.
Based on your recommendations. And it's funny because you were talking about Neil Young and you don't really, the song.
I don't like him at all.
You don't connect with him for whatever reason. And there's a depth in Neil Young that's really interesting. And I think, okay, that's Marc just being silly. On the other hand, you recommended a show to me a few months ago that I watched last week over the course of a few days. And you got to give it a little time because it starts.
Oh, you got to give a lot of time if it's what I think it is.
The DTF St. Louis. Yeah. But
did you like it?
I loved it. But it's ultimately about just the loneliness in this world and trying to connect with people and trying to make friends and how hard that can be.
I'll tell you what I liked about it.
You know what I mean?
And if you haven't seen it yet and you want to see it, maybe turn it down here. But I don't think I'm giving too much away. I liked that when there was supposed to be a twist and turn, there really wasn't a twist and turn.
No.
Everything was pretty much what it was supposed to be.
There was no great.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes
you expect something crazy twist, and then in the end, it's is just how it is.
You're getting red herrings throughout the show, which makes it fun in the performance. And David Harbour, who's
Phenomenal actor.
Who's just like getting to be maybe this is a little bit sacrilege, but getting to be like our the next Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't know if I would quite put him.
He's pretty damn good.
But
yeah,
the way he lives in different people's, it's
really good.
It's amazing. It's so effortless.
And my big celebrity crush is the female lead in there. So Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, no, she's she's great in that too. And there's a sadness to her too. Look, I know it is kind of a bleak show, and
it's totally bleak.
Yeah, it is.
Really...
On a little different kind of a note, did you see that they're re-releasing in the theater for 2 dates? I want to say August 19th and 21st. I want to plug this 4K reprint of the 1991 Point Break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the theater. And I saw that movie in the theater.
That movie's great.
It's unbelievable. You probably
Johnny Utah.
You're probably too young to have seen it in the theater.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it in the theater.
So when that comes out,
is that a movie you need to see in the theater?
It's unbelievable in the theater. The skydiving sequence alone is worth seeing in the theater. No,
I mean Odysseus. I guess you got to see that in the theater.
And the surfing, yeah,
Point
exactly.
Break. I don't.
No, you do. It's
okay.
It's and the woman who made it, Catherine Bigelow, who made the Hurt Locker, which is also great, and Zero Dark 30, which is also great. But I think that's fun. Like Jaws will be back in the theater every now and again, or sometimes some of the classics from the Humphrey Bogart will be back in the 30.
Would you prefer that than remakes?
In some ways, I mean, but
because they remade Point Break.
But a movie, they did. But a movie like Point Break, excuse me, being back in the theater, I just think it's cool. It's just for a couple days.
Do you get points from reading the movie?
No. That's just one of the underrated gems that I want right. New generation to.
What do you get points for? What are you
connect with?
What are you going to write on now? We'll stay on the Michigan thing clearly.
Yeah. I've got the Pistons. The people are upset with a lot of people are upset that they didn't do enough this offseason.
Sure,
it looks like they're probably done. So I need to tackle that. Their star center Jalen Duren they're still trying to hash out money. So that I'll probably keep an eye on that and write about that.
Are you going to write about school and the trade deadline ad nauseum?
For sure.
Because no one else is?
I'm actually I've got a long trip starting next week.
Where are you going?
Chicago. I can't believe this, for Big Ten football media days. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I know you.
What are we? 44 days away, I think.
I know. So a couple of days in Chicago, where all the Big Ten coaches come. Last year it was in Las Vegas, of course. Big Ten footprint. And yeah, right.
I get it, but I hate it.
This year's back in Chicago. It's usually Indy or Chicago. So a couple of days in Chicago, and then Sacramento for the Tigers, where they are playing at a minor league park, because that's where
that's a good story. Isn't that a fun story? That'd be a fun story.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So the A's, who are moving to Vegas, but the stadium's not built yet, so and they're not going to stay in Oakland. So
how are they drawing? Are they?
I'm sure they draw okay. I mean,
do the people of Sacramento care about the A's?
Well,
or is it just like, hey, look at all these teams coming in?
It's a little bit like when Oklahoma City had the New Orleans basketball team after the flooding.
Sure,
right. And
that's more of a feel-good story because they're helping them out. Here, it's like, all right, we'll take you, even though we know you're leaving. You're leaving our area.
No, for sure. But just in terms of being curious about it. Hey, we got a big league team in town. Anyway, so yeah, Sacramento for a few days, then Seattle. Nice. For 3 games with the Tigers, then San Francisco for 3 games, and then back home. So it's a 3-day.
And you're up for traveling again.
I am. I'm cleared to travel as of today, actually.
Really? Congratulations.
So
what a long road you. Man, we almost lost you.
Oh, thank you. I'm very, 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 very
much
happy
to
be here.
ML's chagrin. I'm glad we didn't.
I'm very grateful to be here. So that's what's coming up. Yeah, that's a long trip. One of the longer trips I've had in a long time.
That's good for you.
But baseball trips you get into a rhythm, and it's all in the Pacific time zone, all 3 cities. So you can. Yeah.
Well, Freep.com. We'll be looking for it all. And in the meantime, I guess we'll figure out what we're doing next week, because you won't be here.
I might.
You might.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Elrick will still be gone in Italy.
Maybe we could drag Erica back in here.
Oh, that's asking a lot.
I know. I shouldn't say drag. That's the wrong word. Maybe you could convince Erica to
Door's
get back.
Always open for her.
Yeah, convince Erica to get back.
I don't know. Just come back next week and see what we have. And in the meantime, thank you for supporting it. Don't forget to check out our Patreon if you haven't. If you want to see the video of us talking and see the videos of what we watch, it's a good place to do it. And in the meantime, I'll let you have the honors.
Cyrus, please tell Mike Elrick this is 54 minutes. It's possible. Take us out.
Can you dig that?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Hey, dudes.
They went from zeros to heroes in one fantastic weekend.
That's so good.
Universal Pictures presents
The Soul of Detroit.
It's purely sexual.